my lords and ladies, how are you guys doing today? My name is Anima, and today we have a post-commentated Pokemon X and the Wifi. Why battle for you all within the NU tier? I don't know why I've started taking on this sort of strange Asian man thing. Well, I am half Filipino, but it's the wrong kind of Asian. Like, the wrong kind of Asian. Filipinos are better. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But as you can see, I brought a oh, dildo face. Cradilly, Miltank, Spiritomb, Primeape, Grand Bull, and a Rotom Fanny. While my opponent, if you didn't laugh, then you're dead to me. My opponent, Garra, who is really cool. I've battled him another time before this, and he brings like cool stuff. Like, look at that, there's a Beedrill and a Lunatone on the same team. I've used like Beedrill once, like in a team full of supporters, but never like, you know, I underestimate Beedrill's power, I really do. Using, an Ivysaur, a Jumpluff, Feraligatr, Grand Bull, Lunatone, and Beedrill. So as you can see, this team is like fucking cool. It's way cooler than mine. But I will say that my Grand Bull is very cool because it was gifted to me by the Wonder Dog. So thank you so much, Wonder Dog, for this amazing gift. I really do appreciate it. I've been trying so hard to get the rattle to go off, let me tell you. Spoilers! Sorry, I'm just such a troll to myself. I'm sorry, headphone users. Anyway, let's hit play, and I want you guys to sit back and enjoy the show. How are you all anyway? Really, how are you all? You can tell me. You can totally tell me how you are. Okay, so I decided to lead with, oh my god, I just want to call it Cradildo because Hayden's nicknames are obviously better than mine. Lead out with my Rockstar as he leads with Beedrill. We actually had this battle, we had this start before, so we're just replaying steps here. And I go into my Rotom Fanny, anticipating a Poison-y type move or something like that, but he predicts correctly and goes straight for the knockoff, getting rid of my choice specs now. This is upsetting indeed, but I do decide to go for the trick on the off chance that some sort of wall will come out. But I go for the trick on the Lunatone. It doesn't matter, because I get a focus sash, and if I just gone for Volt Switch, I would have saved myself a bit of fat. But I go for the Volt Switch anyway, and that's fine. I'm going to do some decent D damage to Moonglow. Lunatone's special defense is pretty good. I think it's about 85 or something like that. Something like that. As he goes for the Rock Polish. Now, I was like, "Buh!" I looked up Lunatone halfway through the battle just to be like, what does it do? And I knew that it Ice Beam because I fought Lunatone before. So he goes for the Ice Beam, and this was not part of what originally happened. This is where we got to. Basically, Rockstar was supposed to Giga Drain the Lunatone and kill it on the turn that it hit me with a freeze. My luck has been really bad lately. He hit me with a freeze last time, and I got critted anyway. But I've been getting really bad luck. Everybody's hits have been hitting me, and everybody's thingies have been, oh man, it's just terrible, and it's just so disgusting, honestly. Birds have been crapping on me, it's crazy. Not recently, but I've been crapped on by birds 3 times in my life. 3 times! Is that luck, or is that just kind of ridiculous? So I do go for the Giga Drain. Now he very graciously just kept going for Rock Polishes because he knew that his Lunatone would have been dead at this point. But I do feel somewhat unfair for that because I was able to get my leftovers all the way back to full, which is a bit broken, but we couldn't predict when I'd fall out. So out comes Buddy, the Ivysaur, and I'm scared of this. I'm scared of these things. He says he likes to bring underpowered Pokemon. Well, not like a kind of weird Pokemon, and I really dig that, but I'm so scared of that. I am so scared of that because unconventional is way more scary than tried and true in my opinion. At least you can figure out how to counter those things fairly easily. Like, you know Swellow's gonna be zipping around this tier, so you bring something that can deal with it. But he predicts the out switch very nicely considering I was in Cradilly and this wouldn't have been effective, and goes for the Sleep Powder. Now the reason I switched up, because I was fearing the Sludge Bomb, and on top of the Toxic, it was just all a bit sad, really. So I decided to switch out, and I go into Diddle. Hey Diddle, who is this is the same. This is a physically defensive Miltank, but has the same name as my specially defensive Miltank. So you'll never know. No, you will be able to figure it out based on the structure of my team, I'm sure. And he goes for the Leech Seed. This man is just really nailing me over here with these like predictions and these outs. Oh my god, he just needs to sit there and camp out because I'm going to do all the work for him apparently with my out switching. And he goes for the Toxic. On the turn I went for Heal Bell. So me bringing Heal Bell was very important. I almost didn't bring Miltank. I almost didn't, but this is an occasion where my craziness about Heal Bell came back and did something, because I've just been kind of like not really using Heal Bell as much in the last few teams I've made. But we will never forget the importance of Heal Bell. So I do decide to switch out and go into my Rockstar, and at this point I'm like, you don't have a move to hit me with, do you? You don't have Sludge Bomb, do you? So, yeah, out comes the Beedrill once again, and I still don't want to be here. We both double switched in that time, well, we kind of just switched out, and yes. So I do decide to go my Fianny, thinking that a knockoff is coming, and that would do the least trouble because my item's already been knocked off. But the Beedrill is revealed to be scarfed as it outspeeds the Road of Fianny, and my opponent, I feel like he deliberated over this for a little bit because he was trying to, I guess, reveal whether or not he was scarfed, because he would undoubtedly do so by outspeeding the Rotom. And now but he did make the choice to destroy it, which is pretty good because I would have been able to nab the Eviolite possibly from the Ivysaur later on. So he makes a great play and goes into Pink Brute, who is the Wall of Walls. I'm telling you, Granbull is bae. Granbull is life. This thing is just made of dreams. Dreams and puppies, and also probably like crushed baby skulls, because it's kind of evil as well. But the Intimidate does set off my Defiant. And I went for Earthquake because Beedrill isn't flying, it's actually bug poison. So I was like, yeah, it's gonna do damage, yeah, damage is good, damage is great. But even with a Defiant, even with a +1, because the Intimidate would lower it, then Defiant goes boost it back up. The Earthquake did sweet bugger all, honestly. Really did. I think it's had farts harsher than that attack. So it goes for the play rough and misses, and I made a stupid play here. I was really thinking he was going to go out into his Ivysaur because my Miltank is clearly defensive from how I brought it in, and I'd be able to. I was probably just going to go for the Heal Bell anyway, but he might have just been trying to. And so I went into Thingy Django to try and chase the Ivysaur, and switched into play rough. Didn't miss that time, eh? But that's my own stupidity. That was me taking a risk and it totally not paying off. So my overprediction there really cost me. And now I go into Miltank again because I know that I can beat this thing. I know I can. I've got Milk Drink, I've got Recovery. That thing doesn't. I mean, it has leftovers, but I can wear it down. And now he switches out into the Beedrill, perhaps anticipating the Heal Bell, which is good, which is very good. He's playing me like a fiddle at the moment. It's very terrible. I was so upset that I'd switched in my Primeape like that. Like, who even does that? Some kind of idiot or something? I don't bloody know. Some sort of dunce, sparse? Who knows? But he goes to the Brick Break, and this is super effective damage, but Diddle doesn't care, which is really nice. Miltank, defensive Miltank is a true beast. I used, Xenon used it against me, and it takes +1 Dragon Claws from Haxorus. Never forget. Never forget. Just don't forget about it. So, we do manage to land the T-Wave on the Scarfed Beedrill, which is brilliant. It does cripple it somewhat. And out comes Pink Brute, who won't really appreciate getting a Seismic Toss to the face, head, stomach, wherever the hell. You know, just gonna chuck him casually over, like, the world or whatever. Wherever the hell how she even does it, I don't know. Maybe it's like a cow jumping over me. But anyway, we're able to get a guaranteed 50 damage off on this thing. Not that it's that much, because Granbull is just bulky, but damage is damage is damage is damage. So this is very good that we are able to get off what damage we can on this thing. So we're gonna whack it a bit. And at this point, I'm just trying to kill it. I am seriously trying to kill it. He goes to Toxic and misses, which is a tragedy because this would have stalled a turn for me going for a Heal Bell or something like that. It could have put Diddle in a more compromised position, so it could have come into play later on with the hacks and all that horrible, gory stuff. You're going to give it a protect just to be able to get a bit more lefties recovery, just enough to live a Seismic Toss. And he'd be able to calculate this okay because of course the Seismic Toss will do a guaranteed 50 damage at the level we are at, ladies and gentlemen. It does damage based on your level, in case you did not know, in case you were ever wondering. So he's just gonna live, just gonna hang on enough to go for that Heal Bell, which is gonna cure the Beedrill from paralysis, and that's awful. That's simply awful. I can't tell you how much that upsets me. That upsets me very deeply. It upsets me inside, outside, all the places I could possibly be upset. So sorry about this stall fest situation. I figured it was a little too small a section to really speed up that much. But anyway, we are going to be able to take out the Pink Brute. Thanks to like a little bit of the Toxic Miss being a thing. It's very tragic, very tragic. I mean, it's just a bit sad. It would have cancelled out my leftovers, which would have got me to such a very high state. So he goes into Fluffy. And I do decide to switch out here because I know that this thing, a Fluffy that I've encountered, a Jumpluff I've encountered, is a subseeding one, and that's what upset me very dearly. But he went for the sleep powder here, and I think he might have been expecting me to keep my Miltank in. He did have some sort of crazy plan at some point, but I don't know if this was the time that he was going to put it into motion or not. I think it might have been later in the game. So he did go for that there, a sleep powder, and Alice is put to sleep. And this is very sad. This is very, very sad indeed, but it's not, ultimately, it's not that crazy upsetting. It's not that crazy important. I think it is kind of just okay. And out comes Buddy, and I'm telling you, Buddy ain't my buddy, okay? Dude, you're not my fucking buddy. It's it's a real demon, these things. EVO like anything is just a threat. NU is full of these EVO-like walls which are just bulky and scary and like to, you know, insult your family and mother and all kinds of evil, horrible stuff like that. So he's going to go for the Leech Seed, and this is amazing for him because it's going to sip me away and it's going to be able to... He's going to go for a maneuver, and that is right now. So he's going to switch out and he's going to go into his Beedrill, who's going to take 25% from the rocks due to the bug typing. But thanks to the little sip from the Leech Seed, and all this time I was going for Will-O-Wisp, 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 Will-O-Wisp. I was just trying. I would have loved to get a burn on that Ivysaur. But because of the Leech Seed, he would be able to survive another iteration of switching out and in with the rocks. But I do go straight for the Sucker Punch. I know this thing has got to attack because it's a Scarfy thingy, and it's enough to take it out. So that was good. We're able to kind of shut down that horrible situation from getting too crazy. And out comes Fluffy again. And I don't like Fluffy very much, but he's going to go for a powder type move. He's just going to go for something like that, so I do decide to... Oh wait, no! Making an AK-47 impression. I do decide to go into buttons, and here's what I was talking about. I'm trying to get the rattle boost with the bug type thing, because bug, dark, and so on will trigger the... will trigger a boost there. So I do decide to go into my Rockstar. As he goes for the sleep powder this time. And now I had this feeling I should switch out into buttons because he's going to go for like a U-turn or something, and that'll be nice, won't it? But no, I didn't do that because I'm not intelligent enough. I'm just not. I'm truly not that clever. So the U-turn is effective, but it doesn't really do an awful lot. And he's free to go into Buddy, who is going to just cry with laughter at how much this Giga Drain doesn't do. Look at that! Did it even move? I think it moved like 1/2 of one, you know? It's just horrendous. It's just mocking me completely. But yes, so that's a situation, and he's going to withdraw and go out into the bloody Jumpluff thing again. And this is just an upsetting situation, but alas, I do not want to stick around for that noise, and I do think he predicted the out switch because Rockstar could do more to this thing than the Ivysaur at least, so I would have had to switch into someone else to be able to do something to this creature. And now Fluffy just upsets me very dearly, to be fair. Fluffy just truly upsets me, but he's going to go for the sleep powder here. And I did not want to chance my Miltank getting put to sleep or any crap happening to it. I just really did not. So I went right into my grass type to be able to resist any situation that would occur. And see, the thing is, this thing can't actually do anything. It can't actually do anything to the Rockstar because he's just a fucking Rockstar, to be fair. It doesn't even matter that he's got penises coming off of his head. It doesn't even matter. He's just too cool for that, you know? So this time I go into buttons. I am like, U-turn! You know, just do it! Please! But he goes for Memento! And this is like cube violin screeching. I didn't expect that at all. But down it goes, and Memento is very, very good because it forces a switch. Now, some of you might be disagreeing with that because it's like something dies, so it's like a bit of a big deal. But it does force a switch, which will allow my opponent to get off a free Swords Dance with this thing, the Fangadile, the goddamn Feraligatr. That's just scary as hell. But my secret weapon is that I have a Cradilly. Now, prior to this match, I was assembling this NU team, and I was like, I really need to put T-Wave on my Miltank because I have Toxic on Cradilly already, so I do need to put T-Wave on Miltank. So we actually had to restart. We had to restart to begin with because I forgot to put a move on there. I didn't say what move it was, and it's not like I looked at his team and decided that it was before that. So at this point, that is great because I'm able to go for that T-Wave, and that does help shut the Feraligatr down. and the life orb has been revealed, so I'm able to go for a milk drink, and my intention here is just to, you know, hopefully stall a bit of life orb being a thing. But he predicts that amazingly and goes for the swords dance. At this point I'm like, yeah, dicks, just dicks to be honest. But I do have Cradily with the storm drain, and at this point I'm just kind of concerned if he's gonna cotton on to that and go for an ice punch, because that would destroy Cradily. It completely would. It really would. Now here, I was thinking I want to motivate him to go for like an aqua jet or something. So he went for the waterfall and got Diddle right the way down. And I think it kind of might have been okay if Diddle had been taken out, but then I don't know. Who knows? Who's to say? So at this point, I do predict the aqua jet to come, and I do decide to go into my Rockstar, who is going to be immune to this aqua jet because of the storm drain. And at this point, I will be able to go for that Giga Drain and just like suck this thing's, you know, life force out of it or whatever. You can't really say the word suck without like something being kind of somewhat disconcerting following it. You know, it's just not really one of those words that's kind of safe. So the last Pokemon is Buddy, who is still not my buddy, and he's going to take a little bit of damage from the rocks, but I can't do anything to Buddy. I really can't. So I do switch out into Buttons. Now my plan with Buttons is to power up punch this thing and then EQ it to death. This is the lovely, beautiful, amazing Wonder Doc set, and it's cool. Look at her. She's just a beast. Shiny ass Grand Ball. Good lord. Too much. I am very used to using the Intimidate set, so this was really fun to try. It's a shame that I didn't really put her to good use that much in this battle. I didn't cash in on the bloody rattle when I could have. What can you do? I'm not used to it. I'm used to using Intimidate Ground Balls, so do go for that Power Up Punch and do poo damage. Literally poo. Literally just like poo. As my opponent does score the crit with the Giga Drain, I believe. But that's kind of okay. I was a bit like, my luck. But, fine. He does go for the Leech Seed, and this is okay. It would have been a bit hairy if like this was not a thing, because I could have been potentially in a very difficult situation with Miltank. It would have been very, very painful indeed. But so he's going to get some health from the Leech Seed back, but it's okay because I'm able to go for the final Earthquake, and that's going to seal Buddy's fate. I'm sorry, Buddy, but we are still not friends. Still not friends. You're not in my top 8 in MySpace. Do you remember those days? Those are very tragic days indeed. But I never really got on board with MySpace. Really. So, that will bring us to today's QOT, which is going to be Pepsi or Coke. Okay? It's a timeless question, and frankly, I don't care what your answer is, but if you don't say Coke, I'm going to punch you in the mouth. No, really, I'm not. I actually really, really like Coke. Cloak? Yeah, okay. I really like Coke. I really like glass bottle Coke in particular. It's like drinks in a glass bottle, for some reason, just become phenomenal. But I am a Pepsi fan myself. I do like Cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi Max is the bomb. Pepsi Max is the bomb, and I won't even accept any arguments otherwise. So, if you like this video, feel free to leave a like if you are so inclined. Leave a comment as well. Any feedback, any just saying hello, hi, or answering the QOT is extremely, extremely appreciated. Your support over the last few videos has been phenomenal, and I'm always so grateful for that. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around and commenting and even bothering, just even giving me your time. I really value it. I really do appreciate that. But yes, of course, you don't have to do any of these things whatsoever. You don't have to like, comment, or anything. But but yeah, it would be nice if you subscribed. It would be a pleasure to have you on board. But as always, you really don't have to do any of those things. You completely don't, because in fact, the most important thing of all is for you to take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.